Now we give away our $1 million secret.
I was about to say, we're about to tell
you
how to
can
do
do
that. All right.
Ta-da! Okay. So this is how you do an audit. Identify the what. So that is the content, the policy, procedure, reveal all of those what's, and then you go ahead and select those specific documents within your assets that you'd like to have reviewed, and then begin the review. When I want to go back to step one with the what, identifying the what we find most helpful when coaching our clients if they're doing an audit for themselves is to go through each time looking for maybe one particular red flag. You don't need to try to catch them all on the first pass. Maybe have the work divided between a team and everyone take a red flag and then look through it from there. Having more folks exposed to the document looking for something is a really great way to A, get everyone involved in the process, but B, also have different perspectives looking for ways that there could be expansion within their documents. When doing an audit, I have to say, I must request that you all audit documents that are open to be changed. I think sometimes our clients will burn out their really well-earned and intentioned energy by reviewing documents that are not up for change and edit. And I love the spirit and I love the heart, but it is really disheartening and exhausting to go through the process of auditing the work and ultimately it's something that cannot be shifted. So start with things that are open for expansion and then start to put in that resistance piece by piece to work up to those documents as well. Anything else to add, team, for $1 million secret?
No, I think, oh, go ahead, Jess.
No, go on.
I was going to say, I think what you've said earlier, Keela, I do think is so helpful because we see in the chat that folks here are really passionate about this and like pursuing this. And I think the posture that we take can be the posture that you have to take as well for self-protection, because you will be told no, you'll be told we're not changing that. It's good enough. And being committed to not fight about it is helpful from the outset. And that doesn't mean we don't push for good change. Protecting your energy and your peace around some of these changes is really important because it can really, you've spent time steeped in this and it all makes sense how it should look in your head. And then you're told no, and it can really sour your working environment. So having that frame or whatever works for you in terms of a boundary around how far you're willing to take these conversations. We saw a lot of burnout in 2020 and 2021.
Yeah.
And some of it necessary. I don't want to say any of it was necessary, but folks had tolerance for some of it, and some of it was just burnout for burnout's sake. And we encourage folks primarily to take care of themselves in some of this work.
And don't forget about the low-hanging fruit, right? That gendered language that is, I'm sure, in most policies and practices, right? Or even those photos that we talked about, with the hands, or, if that's, those are easy fixes. So don't, even if you're like, I don't know where to start, don't get overwhelmed. Go with those low-hanging fruit pieces and then go from there. You'll find that it'll get easier from there once you start with the low-hanging fruit. So I just want to encourage everyone. This is a lot. It does take us a long time to do it too, if we're being honest. It's not necessarily the easiest process, but it's so rewarding and worth it. And if you just start small and work your way up, you're more likely to want to even conduct the audit and see the importance and the turnaround right away.
Yeah, and to get really... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, because mine will connect us to the next slide. So
beautiful. I would say just to get really granular, if you're like, but what do I do? Literally, if your company will allow it based on your domain, open a Google Doc and just start commenting in it, right? Yes. If we're just getting really literal, our deliverables are like lined notes with references and again, sources and resources. They always start as a Google Doc that we are in there going, what is this? Like
literal comments are
like,
that.
What? Yeah.
We'll be like, what does this mean? What does that mean? Who is
Did
this
they
for?
really say this? Then we go back and we clean it up and we process it. But that first reaction of just getting into a Google Doc and commenting is where it starts every time. So just start there.
Yeah.
Yes.
But maybe a Google Doc for just you, though. You don't, this is not the time that I would have 12 people on a Google Doc.
Yeah. I wouldn't. Yeah.
Because that works for your organization.
Yeah. That's true.
It's the grit. It's the grit.
Mm-hmm.